Welcome to Starfleet Universe On Call. I am Paul Franz, owner of Franz Games. I run SFU Online, Bedcom Online, and Starfleet Warlord. Joseph Manhauer joins me at Talkcast every Thursday night starting at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Got it right this time. If you want to, you can join us either on the Starfleet Universe Online Discord server and then join the SFU On Call stream voice channel. And if you want to find an invite, there are invites over on SFUOnCall.com website. I was just about to say I'll add one to the Discord server. What's the point at that point? You know, it's goofy. But also, if you want to watch me on Twitch, you go to twitch.tv/SFUOnCall. You can join and watch live the broadcast, and of course, you can join the chat there. And if you need to contact me for any reason, my email address is sfuoncall@gmail.com. It's sfuoncall@gmail.com. Also, if you follow me on Twitter, i.e. X, I have the SFU On Call account. I have the Paul Franz account, PAULFRNZ, and also, of course, the Franz Games account, FRNZGAMS. Of course, both of those have no T in them. You got to live in Pennsylvania to know that. It's whatever. Of course, my Blue Sky accounts are sfuoncall.bsky.social and also franzgames.com. And of course, it's lovely Talkcast, Get to Know Podcast, available on iTunes and various other feeds around the net. This week, we have very little news. Most of the news is about Starfleet models. And the Starfleet models, they have two of them, which I announced last week. They're now actually up on the website. They have the Romulan Fleet Hawk Builder Collection. This has the modern fleet. Have a Firehawk, one Firehawk, two Spare Hawks, two Skyhawks, and a Seahawk. If you go on watch my screen, you're going to actually see a picture of the models, and of course also there's the Hydrogen Convoy collection. This one has two large freighters, two small freighters, gendarme police cutter, and a heavy gendarme police. So you can easily do a convoy action that's based on Hydrogen, which is quite cool. Other than that, haven't seen anything else when it comes to news from A to B this week. But found on the online store, we have the Omega 5 counter sheet. Forgive me, $4. There's 108 counters for Module 5. The empires include the Trobrand, the Drex-Avari, the Warp, the L'Oreal, the Prober, the Color Guard, the FRA, Federal Republic of Aurora, the Eridini, the Mesron, and the Quixar. So if you need an extra counter sheet or don't have a counter sheet for Omega 5 and want one, go to the Starfleet store.com. Took me a moment to remember the website, sorry. Moving on forward, when it comes to the SFU Online tournaments, Sapphire Star tournament is still stuck where it is. When it comes to the World League tournament, well, that's a different story. That's a much different story. We have some more movement with me losing my game against Spartan. You can see it right here in the Hydrogen. Actually, we did pretty well at the end. I got to a nice range 1. Unfortunately, I had 3 overloaded disruptors. I hit with 2. And it's like, you got to be kidding me. It's a 1 to 5 to hit, and I missed with 1. But current scoring is Team Frenemies. That's 28 points. We're still in number 1. Pacific Rim of Fire has 26 points, and Team JKT has 24 points. I'm currently set to play on the 25th. That's not next week, the week after that. On the 25th is to play putt rack that he's flying the ISC versus my Zinti. So that should be interesting. Hopefully, I'll get the flying the Zinti thing down, and actually start winning games. This would be interesting. I gotta see if I can get to fly against Data Laura Q. He's also flying the Zinni. So Civil Wars overall they suck. So hopefully, what I figure is condensed Snippy. I should have for most part, I should have a good chance of beating him. Because he's flying the TKE, and given that don't have many phasers, obviously the one thing I'm gonna have to keep an eye on is cloaking device, because if he has a cloaking device, then what happens is that any drones I fly, I launch out, boom, he goes under and they go bye-bye without using a shuttle, because I want him to use his shuttles up. That's gonna be the tough part. That's gonna be the question with that ship is, do you actually go for the whole scatter pack and launch a bunch of drones, or just load scatter pack as a large bunch of drones and don't launch anything from the ship? Have to wait and see. In this case, if you plan to do that, what you would do is you would actually wait longer to actually launch the whatchamacallit, the scatter pack. I'm sorry. I just thought about the Zinni, and flying against the Zinni does not seem to sound like something fun. When it comes to Vive BB tournament, they're actually continuing on. I actually got an email about the games, and things are going good. Actually, I have to look at one of the games, and I got to look at the email to find out what exactly was the issue and so forth, because there was an issue with one of the games. When it comes to online client stuff, nothing much happened there, except that looks like there was an issue with, I don't know why this was an issue, but a person was using JDK, basically Java version 21, and on Ubuntu, and what they tried to do is they tried to run the installer, and the installer kept on failing. Didn't even bring up the GUI, and it failed. So it's like, okay, what's going on? So what I did was, if you go to the Discord server, you'll find the link. I'm not planning on posting this up on the website at all. This is the first time I've run into an issue like this when it comes to the installer for Unix, Linux, FreeBSD, that whole category of machines. Because this actually will run on FreeBSD. Because it's Java. Hey, that's a great thing. And that is, I basically took the installation, I zipped it up, and then I posted it up on the website. There's no link on the website. There's only a link on the Discord server, because I don't plan on having people using it. I really don't want people to use it if they don't have to. To me, creating that was an emergency measure. I had no other choice, because I have no clue why the installer was failing. Basically, it was out of range for something. My guess it was part of the extraction of possibly the jar file, or something within the jar file. I don't know. It's weird. I don't know what caused the issue. See, that's the thing, because I did have them check, do a MD5 sum, so we can actually check that hash. I checked the hash against my hash, where I ran the same installer, and the installer ran fine. And that hash, the numbers match between the two hashes. So, I don't know what that was about, but hey, I'm hoping he'll get around to testing it out. I think we're on 2 different time zones. At least that's what it seems like, because he has a habit of posting it either late at night or early in the morning, versus me, who I post late at night on Eastern time, and then he usually, I usually post it late at night. He usually posts early in the morning, the next day. So that to me means he might be in a much different time zone, like maybe Australia, which wouldn't surprise me. But anyway, moving onward to the Starfleet Warlord news. Die Hard 59 is going well. 6 corporations are out. There hasn't been a 7th yet. And they're also on turn 25, which means they have 5 more turns, which is 10 more weeks, because it's every turn it takes 2 weeks. Basically, the whole reason of the 2 weeks is basically so that people have time to communicate and plan and so forth. Because Starfleet Warlord is a kind of game where you have to negotiate. You have diplomacy as part of the game. You plan your scheme and so forth with other players. Now I got to work on that a little bit because I need to really think things through, because I want to make sure that some of there's an issue where new players versus veteran players, where the new players, other than they don't have the skill, they don't know all the tactics, strategy, and all that kind of thing. They also don't have the connections with the older players. So, of course, sometimes that's a good thing, because there are a few people that don't like each other. And I'll admit it, it's a small community. So, onward and forward. When it comes to standard game 99, it's also going well. We've been keeping up to date. It's always awesome. No issues there. Had an issue with Diode 60, which was an interesting one. We gotten all the way to turn 6, and that's why 181 for this game. The big issue is that it kept on crashing. I come to find out why it was crashing. It was crashing because I have an illegal corporation number. Because of the random number, the random corporations. The problem with the random corporations is there's a bug in the engine where sometimes it uses duplicate numbers. Well, that's not the problem this time. That's easy to see and easy to fix, because it's usually done on the first turn that you actually have players, and it will, when you bring it up, it'll show an empty corporation. Well, that's fine when you're running the turns, but this case, it was crashing trying to run basically the best corporations report. And I'm going, what the heck's going on? Come to find out, there was a corporation with a number of 0. That's a bad thing. There seems to be a quirk in the engine. If the corporation is 0, it thinks it has infinite ships. I don't know why. Just weird. So, anyhow, that's going strong. Obviously, the next Die Hard game will probably be happening in another 3 months. I'm hoping I'll get that going as soon as possible after Die Hard 59 finishes up. When it comes to the library report, not much happening there. It's pretty quiet. Actually, I did post one update, some fix to the Zinti CVE. For some reason, it was incorrect. Frank fixed it, and I uploaded earlier this week. When it comes to FedCom Library, no updates there. And a reminder, when it comes to conventions, currently there's a convention coming up, which is Gamers of Summer. That will be happening on Labor Day weekend. It's going to be in Harrisburg. There is pre-registration. There's a reduced discount for pre-registration. And with that, so if you want to if you're planning on going, please pre-register so you can save on that. It's Harrisburg. It's going to be Labor Day weekend. This Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. Forgive me. One thing I forgot to look up, which is the prices. Yeah. Here's the website, and okay, the 3-day and all weekend badge is $42. The 2-day badge, which is Saturday and Sundays, is $38. A 1-day badge for Saturday or Sunday is $20, and a Monday badge is $10. Now the children's weekend badge is only $30, so you want to bring your kids. It's a reduced rate because they're kids. And 2-day pass is only $25 for Saturday and Sunday, and for Monday it's $10. I'm assuming that a single day pass is same price, which is $20. No, actually, oh, sorry, it's 15. This is not on the drop down. But that does require that a legal, adult or legal guardian is present with the child. We are not a daycare center. Just, just to let you know. And with that, that is the news for this week.